Okay, just an update for the end of the year. We did try a different belt on this 200 amp alternator. 31 inch ended up being the guy that I wanted for the win. With the extended bracket bolt area, so we carved it out so the bolt adjuster bolt would move further, and a 31 inch belt we were able to get the green plug I don't know, 5mm away from the manifold, but there's a lot of heat wrap on there and a lot of other types of heat wrap. It was good before, even when it was touching. So it's definitely gonna be good now. I don't know if we can even see that. Maybe I'll take a photo. But at least it's a little bit away from the manifold now, which is nice. So we'll leave it like that. I did drive it around the block the other day, and well, when I took it out of the garage and washed it, only the driver's side window worked. Everything else seemed fine. The electric power steering was fine. That was all fine. The power folding mirrors didn't work, but the windows and the mirrors came down to a loose fuse. Easy fix, super happy. But there was a leak coming out of the engine. And it's the same leak I had long before, but it was worse this time. I'll show you a photo right here. But upon looking and investigating and thinking about it, I went under there expecting it to be a bolt on the block plate, to be you have the crank seal, and then there's a plate that goes on there with the seal in it, and I thought I didn't put enough caulking around that plate. I thought it was leaking out of the plate, and it's coming down, and it was always dripping off this one bolt. And it did it last year too, and I couldn't find where the leak was coming from. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't even bad enough to drip on the garage floor, but it was now. So I went under there thinking I could try and tighten some of the bolts on this plate. I'll show you photos. And in the end, they were tight. Well, the one I could get to that I thought was doing it, but there was an oil pan bolt that was loose. And I think my leaking was an oil pan. Yeah, we're dry now. I think it was an oil pan bolt. I think we won't know until we start it up and oil warms up again, and we'll see if it's dripping. It's you seen the photo. It was a small little amount. Hopefully I can get that fixed, but with that said, everything is good on the car. There was one other issue which took me for a loop for a while there, and it was the right rear door courtesy light doesn't work. I don't know if you guys ever even seen inside the car, but the light doesn't work. I won't even go into the details of that, but that had me stumped for a little bit, and it's just the way the wiring goes and reading the manual and realizing that that light and the light in the dash both ground off of the switch in the door, which tells it when the door is open and the lights come on. The switch is not working. Thanks to the power probe for helping me figure that out. That was great. The subs were done, of course. You guys know that already. That looks great. Screwed in there. Whole trunk looks great again. I might order fabric eventually to redo the bottom of it, but I don't think so. And other than that, the whole car is back together, and she's good to go. So we'll give it a try. Take it for a small drive, check for leaks. After that, we'll go for a longer drive, and we're hitting the turbos and driving all summer. So we'll get some videos anyway. Yeah, good to go. Cheers all. That's we'll probably end up driving it all summer. I don't think I don't think we're gonna do any more work to it. I do need to save up for parts for the head of the engine. I got the skunk 2 cams. We need to get the springs, retainers, and the other little bits. Got to put the AEM balancer on, which I still have to do. I want to get the internal engine parts balanced as well, so that'll be a winter project. This winter will be the head, the AEM crank pulley, and getting the engine balanced better because I took the balance shafts out and still shakes a good little bit, to be honest. Maybe I'll take a video and show you guys that, but other than that, good to go. We'll see what breaks next, or we'll see if it's good to go. We'll try and drive it as much as possible and get some videos. Cheers all.